Hello and welcome, my beautiful seekers. Let's cleanse our space with a little sound. My name is Claire, and I'm so happy and grateful to present this reading to you today. We're going to take a deep dive into the sacred collective using a variety of tools such as oracle cards, like the animal spirit card deck, technology tools such as this tarot software, runes, other tools of knowledge, together as a powerful blend to bring forth the knowledge you need to know today, in this timeless moment of now. If this reading found you, I'm so glad, and that's our first synchronicity of revelation. As everything in the universe happens for a reason. It is our understanding and integration of certain undeniable primordial truths as revealed by the archetypes of the tarot. Without further delay, let's get into our reading. Today, I've pulled the cards from the Hermetic Tarot, but we're going to start off with using the technology tools to give us an overview of this reading, of this spread. This is the Eliphas Levi wheel spread, and it starts off on the top with the Lovers card. So let's take a closer look at the Lovers here. And the meaning of the Lovers is the attraction, desire, and love. A choice between a higher union and a lower one. Conflicting desires, partnerships, alliances, bonds of mutual benefit or affection. So as you can see with that, partnerships may not always be romantic love. The Lovers, of course, can mean romantic love, but it may also be representative of other forms of partnerships. But it also can represent conflicting desires, which is why the Lovers card is often described as a choice between the lower and the higher needs or desires or wishes. Conflicting desires, however, indicates that the person making the choice has some awareness that there might be a choice between a higher union and a lower one. Bonds of mutual benefit or affection, meaning that the people coming together are for the mutual benefit of each other. It's not a one-sided union. It's mutual benefit, as each of these figures is reaching out their hand toward the other, and there is a mountain peak between them with an angel overlooking from above with a crown by the sun with the rays radiating downward. The female figure has an apple tree behind her with a coiled snake, very evocative of the Garden of Eden. The male figure has a tree with flames on them, indicating passion and desire, but could also be representing the tree of life and the choices that one makes in their life, whether it's about partnership. Maybe there's two people that could potentially be a significant other in one's life, but maybe there's an awareness that this person may or may not be good for your highest and best good. So that choice comes into play. And the angel above, the female figure, is looking up at the angel, potentially asking for divine guidance from above. The male figure appears to be looking at the female, but the female appears to be looking above at the angel. That's my observation. So this is representing the present situation. Ask yourself, are you facing a choice right now between two seemingly beneficial options where one may be a little bit more to your detriment than the other? So let's see where the rest of the reading will take us to understand this as we go take a look back at this next card. Now note in the 5-card spread, 4 of these are major arcana. We have the Lovers at the top, Temperance to the right side, the Devil at the bottom, 6 of Swords to the left side, and then the Star in the center. And this Eliphas Levi spread is read clockwise like a spiral. So the second card here is Temperance. So let's take a deeper dive with the Temperance card, which is the waning influence. These are obstacles that have already been overcome, changes that have occurred in the past. So Temperance, this is the blending of opposing energies, moderation, using the alchemy of tension or conflict to bring about a creative or constructive result, reflecting artistic inspiration and creativity. So the Temperance card, often the obvious symbolism of the angel in this picture pouring 2 cups together, blending of energies, it is highly evocative of alchemy. And the angel has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the earth. So taking, dipping a toe in the water, diving a little bit into the subconscious, maybe trying to understand those opposing energies more clearly. The angel has a halo around her head. It looks like a female angel because of the features, but there's a masculine symbol on the center of the robe with the upward pointing triangle. Again, the union of opposites is depicted. And there's a mountain in the back with a path leading up to the summit, which is at the top of the summit depicted the sun with sunburst bursting all around, kind of implying that the right choice will lead you to enlightenment. And that kind of goes back to the Lovers. We're talking about the choice. And here again, we have blending of opposing energies, trying to balance perhaps that masculine and feminine, which we all have in us. So it's not talking specifically about gender. Now, the waning influence leads us to the next card in our spread at the bottom here, which we see the Devil. So let's take a closer look and see what the Devil has to say. Now, these are hidden influences, unconscious influences. And the Devil represents bondage, addiction, compulsion, obsession, being tied to a limited mindset that keeps one trapped in unpleasant circumstances, choosing a negative approach, causing unhappy results. Now, this is the hidden influence, so maybe without realizing it, each of us in the collective, we may be choosing things that are detrimental to us and unknowingly being tied to a limited mindset that keeps one trapped in unpleasant circumstances. It may be the environment. It may be addictions. It may be other people. These 2 people here in the card appear chained to the Devil, but it's often explained that those chains can be easily removed. And the Devil, who is towering over them in this depiction, is got their hand raised out and their palm open on one hand, but the hand is reaching down, holding a torch in the other that's lighting the tail of the man has a tail for some reason, on fire. So he's setting a fire under his rear end. But the woman, she's reaching down to a pile of grapes, so she looks happy, but they're both wearing devil horns, so they're beholden to the devil. So things may be tempting us that look good, or sweetness, and, of course, grapes are used to make wine, so it could be talking about particular addictions such as, alcoholism or other forms of indulgences that may not be good, that could lead you trapped in unpleasant circumstances, and choosing that negative approach. So as we go back to the spread, the Lovers representing the choice, and the Temperance meaning the balancing of those opposites. But the hidden force, the hidden unconscious, means we may be more tempted to go for those lower unions, those tempted by maybe people or places or situations in our life that may not be good for us, but look good or feel good or seem pleasant on the outside, but lead to unpleasant circumstances upon deeper reflection. So that when you bring unconscious influences to the light, that's when you can heal them. And the devil in this spread, the third position being the hidden or unconscious influence, once you become aware of that, then the real choice can be made with consciousness. So as we move to the fourth card here, we see the Six of Swords in our spread. And let's go take a deeper look at the Six of Swords. Here's the card and the emerging influences of the Six of Swords. This is what's coming up. Relief, moving out of strife into safety, escape from a stressful situation, rescue through timely action or outside intervention, may indicate travel or change of residence. Now, as we look at the card, in the context of what we just saw with the devil, that makes perfect sense. Making that unconscious influence conscious and choosing to move away from it is what the Six of Swords is showing us. Finally, taking action to remove oneself or changing one's mindset. In the card, there's three people, a small figure such as a child, a cloaked figure sitting next to the child, presumably the child's mother, and then a male figure acting as the boatman with a large pole to steer the boat away from the choppy waters in the foreground to the still waters in the background. And on the horizon, we see landscape with trees, even though it looks far away, it's approaching. That's where they're headed. And the gentleman who's steering the boat appears to be the rescuer. So the woman, it could be a complete family, but it was through timely action or outside intervention. So going back to the spread, and let's say the devil did have an influence, maybe conscious or unconscious. Maybe there was an addiction. Maybe there was alcoholism or something even stronger or more dangerous that is affecting the situation. Well, there's a chance to move away and get rescue. And it may require outside intervention. Often people join 12-step programs and different healing modalities to heal themselves from that negativity. Sometimes they just have to move out of it if it is environmental or, in a bad relationship that requires traveling or changing homes. And, if it doesn't always have to involve a relationship. It could be just a single person feeling these negative influences of other people in their lives, maybe family that they need to move away from and get out from under the influence. And so this is what's coming up. But once that process is completed, we come to the final card in the reading, the fifth card, the center card, which represents the synthesis of all of this activity. And this is the star card. So as we look at the star card, it's very similar. If you look at the two cards together, they're the Temperance and the Star. They're both female figures, one with a robe, one without, with cups of water pouring into one pouring into each other. But in the star card, there's two cups, one pouring onto land, one pouring into the pond, with the star, large central star above, and 7 smaller stars around it, which I always, when I see 7 stars, think of the Pleiades, with the great central sun in the middle. And then you have a tree in the distance with looks like a pink flamingo on it, but a bird perched on the tree. It just seems peaceful, and green grass or valleys, and there's growth there. But the meaning of the star in the traditional tarot is illumination and healing, beneficial influence, help from above, progress and positive change, a time to draw upon spiritual resources for healing, inspiration, and guidance. So that makes perfect sense as we look at this reading, to have the star as the synthesis. It draws together all the other influences, and you could see so much mirroring in the cards. The 2 figures in the top card reflected in the bottom card, the 2 cups being poured either together in the water by a female figure with 1 foot in the water representing unconscious, and 1 foot on the land representing grounded reality and the waking life. The travel, moving away from hardship, it's all synthesized by the star. That's a good, positive energy that concludes the reading and brings it into a happy place, meaning that the choices and decisions that had to be made were made, and the right choice was selected. And it leads to progress and positivity, a time to overcome the negative influence of the devil, or whatever the devil represents. And the star, because this person is unclothed, is basically naked before the universe or God, relying on spiritual resources. The temperance, that's an angel coming there to balance things out. Union of opposites, you have a devil and an angel here that are kind of representing 2 different things. And the figures in the 6 of Swords, gaining that higher knowledge, the getting in contact with themselves in their intuition, hopefully, or the higher guidance or outside influence, and finally breaking free from the negativity to bask in the glory of the star and live that beautiful, green, verdant life with trees and birds and butterflies and just abundance all around, and being recognized for the accomplishments and making the right choice and balancing those opposite energies successfully. The individuation of the person has been achieved, and they are living in their own sovereignty, not unfettered by any outside influences other than the divine. There's not even a speck of clothing to get in the way. They can just live free and follow their intuitive nudges and guidance, and have abundance and peace and prosperity. And as the final outcome of this card, that's exactly what we would hope to see, and know that that's what's coming, because the conclusion represents the successful choice being made in this spread. And so I wish you all the best of success in the choices you make in your life, knowing that you can be guided by a higher power if you choose that, or you can succumb to the lower influences, and sometimes that seems like all hope is lost. But this reading shows you the way forward through the star, trusting the intuition, trusting oneself, and trusting your own sovereignty. So that's the beginning of this reading. I will do an extended reading on this spread, which I've already pulled the cards for the Hermetic Tarot, which are here, but they're so detailed and so intricate. I will keep that for the extended reading, which I will link to in my playlist if you are interested in that. So I hope you found value in this reading, and if so, please support the channel. Hit the like button if you would. Subscribe for more updates. Hit the notification bell and share this reading with anyone you think may benefit. And I would love any comments or feedback from everybody. If you found this reading, know it's meant for you. There's no coincidences in the universe. And I am grateful for your presence here and glad to have the opportunity to present this. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care and bye for now.